individual circle. For this it is E point, for larger circle it is D point, and for smaller circle it is F point, and its magnitude will be nothing but radius of each circle. तो जो सबसे बड़ा सर्कल है उसकी रेडियस है half of sigma 1 minus sigma 3. So that is nothing but the mass is equal to half of sigma 1 minus sigma 3, and the associated normal stress will be equal to half of sigma 1 plus sigma 3. You can do this with the help of trigonometry or something. Okay, so this is indicated by point D on the outer circle. Okay. So this is indicated by point D on the outer circle. There are, as I told you, there are three different circles. So there are three extremum values of shear stress given by point E, D, and F, and their magnitudes are known to us by sigma 1 minus sigma 3 by 2, sigma 2 minus sigma 3 by 2, and sigma 1 minus sigma 2 by 2. Right? So this is how we will draw the Mohr circle. In 3 dimension हमारा टारगेट सिर्फ मोहर सर्कल को ड्रॉ करना है और वहां से मैक्सिमम शियर स्ट्रेसेस निकालना है. हम इस पॉइंट को स्किप कर रहे हैं कि हाउ टू इवैल्यूएट द स्ट्रेसेस ऑन एन इंक्लाइंड प्लेन यूजिंग मोहर सर्कल. ठीक है, हम इस चीज को वी आर नॉट टेकिंग इनटू अकाउंट एट दिस मोमेंट. So only what we are trying to do is we are trying to plot the maximum. We are trying to plot the Mohr circle in 3 dimension and obtain the maximum shear stresses. So let us see how we can do that. Let us say, for example, let us say for a problem, you know the principal stress is sigma 1 is equal to 10, sigma 2 is equal to 6, and sigma 3 is equal to minus 4. Okay, so what we do here is we draw a rectangular Cartesian coordinate system, which is sigma is the x-axis and tau is the y-axis, right? So having defined the axis, you can plot OA equal to sigma 1 equal to 10. So if this is my O origin, let us say OA is somewhere here. Okay, so this point is OA. Same way OB is equal to sigma 2, and let us say it is 6 units. So let us say OB is here. Okay, this is B. And same way OC is equal to sigma 3 is equal to minus 4. Let us say it is here. This is C point. So what you do is join A and C. Obviously they are already joined by the axis. From A and C, take the middle point of A and C and draw a circle. I may not be so good in drawing the circles on this platform. Okay, so with the A and C, AC has diameter. You have to take 3 diameters: AC, AB, and BC. These are the 3 diameters. So with AC as diameter, you draw the circle. With BC as diameter, you draw another circle. So let us say okay, you can do this on graph paper or onto the scale on your plain paper as well. Okay, or with AB as diameter, you can draw another circle. So these are the 3 circles which you are drawing, and these are termed as मोहर सर्कल. और जो ये बीच वाला शेडेड एरिया होगा इसको हम स्ट्रेस प्लेन, पाई प्लेन कहेंगे. मोहर स्ट्रेस प्लेन और पाई प्लेन. कोई भी arbitrary state of stress within this will lie within this thing. Okay, so first task here is for us is to draw the Mohr circle. It is done. Second task is to evaluate the shear stresses. So tau max 1, we know that there will be three shear stresses which will be equal to tau max 1 of half of sigma 1 minus sigma 3, which will be equal to 10 minus minus 4 by 2 is 7. Okay, and tau max 2 will be equal to half of sigma 2 minus sigma 3. Now sigma 2 is 6. 6 minus 4, so 6 plus 4 by 2 will be equal to 5. And tau max, this is tau max 2, and tau max 3 will be equal to half of sigma 1 minus sigma 2 by 2. Okay, so that is 10 minus 6 by 2, 4 by 2 is 4 megapascal. Whatever the units of sigma 1, sigma 2, sigma 3 are, the same way the units of tau max 1, tau max 2 and tau max 3 will be there. Okay, so we get shear stresses as 7 megapascal, maximum shear stresses as 7 megapascal, 5 megapascal and 4 megapascal. Okay, so you can see that from, obviously this we are taking the help of algebraical relations to evaluate the tau max. You can also measure it using scale on the graph paper if you have made the Mohr circle according to the scale, right? Now let us also have a look at
tau max 3 will be 2.
Yes, sorry, it will be 2. 10 minus 6 is 4 by 2 is 2. Right, thank you. So let us also have a look at some special cases. You can think about this case is when sigma 1 is greater than equal to sigma 2 is greater than equal to sigma 3. It is possible in some cases that sigma 1 and sigma 2 are equal. It is possible that any two plane stresses are equal, okay, and sigma, which is not equal to sigma 3, right? So in that case, what we will do, instead of these three circles, there will be only one circle. Okay, क्योंकि दो point, if 2 points will coincide with each other, that means point A and point B will coincide with each other. और जो हमारा circle रहेगा, that will be replaced with simple one circle rather than two circles, rather than three circles. Okay, right? So there are a couple of special cases to give a thought about the particular cases of stresses, right? How the Mohr stress circle will look like if the state of stress is bidirectional. So though I am not going in detail here, लेकिन ये चीजें थोड़ी सी जरूरी हैं. I think you have to do by yourself. What are the special cases of Mohr circle? ठीक है कि अगर I'll give you the example. If the Mohr circle is represented by a point, what is the state of stress? If the Mohr circle is represented by a circle whose center is origin, if Mohr circle is represented by a circle whose center is origin, then what is the state of stress? Okay, so here you can see that because the two stresses will be equal and opposite. Okay, so sigma 1 will be equal to sigma 2 is equal to, let us say, minus p. Okay, क्योंकि एक वैल्यू पॉजिटिव है, दूसरी नेगेटिव है. Or else you can say that sigma 1 is equal to sigma 2 is equal to p and sigma 3 is equal to minus p if you are talking about 3 dimension. So in that case it can be a case of this also, क्योंकि यहाँ पर this can also be a case of pure shear. ठीक है, वो चीज भी हो सकती है. So these are few cases which you give a thought on drawing the Mohr circle for. लेकिन अब 3 dimension में Mohr circle की जरूरत हमें circle if the state of stress is known, how to evaluate the maximum shear stresses. ध्यान देना, मैंने यहाँ पर इनपुट पैरामीटर जो है ये मान लिया है कि प्रिंसिपल स्ट्रेस नॉन है. हो सकता है कि हमें स्टेट ऑफ स्ट्रेस पता हो. Okay, let us say that we are known only this. So 10, 4, 6, 4, 5, 2, 6, 2, 8. So let us say अगर हमें ये पता है that is general state of stress. तो यहाँ से सबसे पहले हम principal state of stress निकालेंगे और फिर principal state of stress को plot करेंगे in Mohr circle of 3D. Right? So these are few cases which can be seen in Mohr circle for 3 dimension. Right. So next we proceed with plane case of plane state of stress. Okay. We have seen that there are 9 stress components of a general state: sigma x, sigma y, sigma z, tau xy, tau yz, tau zx. There are 9, but out of those 9, the equality of cross shear exists. So there are 6 stress components in 3D. In 3D, 3 dimension. ठीक है. लेकिन क्या होता है कि कुछ सब जरूरी नहीं है कि हमें हर एक बॉडी को, हर एक रैंडम बॉडी को 3 डायमेंशन में ही स्टडी करें. फॉर एग्जांपल यू हैव ए पीस ऑफ पेपर इन योर हैंड. ओके, A4 साइज का पेपर है. मान लो ये इस पेपर को आप स्ट्रक्चर में यूज कर रहे हो, राइट. इसी थिकनेस की मान लो कि स्टील शीट है और उसको आप किसी बस के पैनल में यूज कर रहे हो या ऑटोमोबाइल पैनल में यूज कर रहे हो, राइट. सो दैट थिंग इट मे नॉट बी नेसेसरी कि ये सारी की सारी 6 स्ट्रेसेस आएंगी, बिकॉज if you see the structure of a A4 sheet, its thickness is very small as compared to its width as well as length. ठीक है, मैं रिपीट करता हूं, the thickness of a A4 sheet is very small as compared to its width and length. So this is a plate like structure. ठीक है, यानी कि इस केस में हम कह सकते हैं कि जो थिकनेस डायरेक्शन है उसकी अगर डायमेंशन बहुत स्मॉल है तो वहां पर कोई स्ट्रेस प्रोड्यूस नहीं होगा, या अगर प्रोड्यूस भी होता है so that will be very negligible. So one can take this assumption that sigma z is close to 0, is equal to 0, and the stresses in z direction, which are shear stresses tau xz and tau yz, are also 0. So this assumption is called that plane stress state. यानी कि हम 3 dimensional stresses को एक्चुअल में लेने की बजाय we can only encounter bidirectional stresses or 2 dimensional state of stress. तो अगर यानी कि इन 2 dimension के केस अगर ये चीजें एग्जिस्ट नहीं करेंगी, one 3D case can be simply written as sigma x, sigma y, which will remain sigma x रहेगा, sigma y रहेगा, tau xy रहेगा. ओके, बाकी तीनों 0 हो जाएंगे. दिस विल 0, दिस विल बी 0, दिस विल बी 0, राइट. सो ऑल दीज 3 states of stress, sigma x, sigma y and tau xy, they can also be written instead of, क्योंकि अब हम 2 डायमेंशन पे आ गए तो 2 डायमेंशन सरफेस क्या है, एरिया इज ए 2 डायमेंशन. अब जब तक हम 3 डायमेंशन की बात करते हैं तो हमें किसी क्यूब से रिप्रेजेंट करने की जरूरत पड़ती है क्योंकि वॉल्यूम दिखाना पड़ेगा. बट जब जैसे ही हम 2 डायमेंशन की बात कर रहे हैं, वी कैन कम बैक टू द एरिया. सो आई होप you are familiar with this diagram since it is a 2 dimension. Okay, so sigma x, sigma y, tau xy, that is a general state of stress on a 2 dimensional body. ठीक है, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा हमारी कोचीज इक्वेशन पे या जो भी पिछली हमने इक्वेशंस की हैं. there will be no difference on those equation. Only thing, these terms will vanish. Okay, these terms will vanish. That means their magnitude will be equal to 0. I already gave you the example कि किन bodies में plane state of stress हो सकती है. कोई भी plate like structure है, ठीक है, shell like structure है, curved members, curved thin members है. For example, अगर aircraft की wing का हम skin panel देखें, so that is very thin. लेकिन उसकी जो dimensions हैं, that means I mean length as well as width, large. So that is a plane state of stress. आप कार के हुड को एनालाइज करने की कोशिश, ऑटोमोबाइल का जो हुड होता है उसको अगर आप बाहर निकालेंगे तो उसकी थिकनेस जो है बहुत कम है एज कंपेयर टू विड्थ ऑफ द हुड एंड लेंथ ऑफ द हुड. दैट मींस अगर उस पे जो स्टेट ऑफ स्ट्रेस आएगा वी कैन एज्यूम इट एज टू बी प्लेन स्ट्रेस स्टेट. ठीक है, एक अजम्पशन है बट एक रीजनेबल अजम्पशन है. अगर किसी कंपोनेंट की थिकनेस वन ऑफ द डायमेंशन, यू कैन टेक इट दिस वे, when one of the dimension is very small as compared to other two dimensions, the state of stress may be considered as plane state of stress. I think this is the right definition I should include here. Okay, I will repeat. If one of the dimension of a structure is very small as compared to other two dimensions, we say that the state of stress in the component is plane state of stress, and we can ignore normal stress in z direction, that is sigma z is equal to 0, transverse shear stress on xz plane, and transverse shear stress on yz plane. Sorry, on transverse shear plane on shear stress on x plane, transverse shear stress on y plane. So they can be ignored. Okay. So our next topic, which is actually the last topic of this chapter, is differential equation of equilibrium and in Cartesian coordinates. हम बहुत ज़्यादा डिटेल में नहीं जाएंगे इसकी डेरिवेशन में, but many of those parts we have done when the equality of, जब हमने equality of cross shear की डेरिवेशन की थी, right? सबसे बड़ी बात कि why the equation of equilibrium are required. अगर हम मैकेनिक्स की बात करें, मैकेनिक्स सब्जेक्ट की, तो there also we see the force equilibrium equations like sigma fx equal to 0, sigma fy equal to 0, and sigma fz equal to 0, if you are talking about 3 dimension. And the moment equilibrium also must satisfy. अब अगर हम इस चैप्टर में देखें, इस सब्जेक्ट में देखें, तो we have already taken care of the moment equilibrium, और moment equilibrium लेकर के we have derived the equality of cross shear, that is tau xy is equal to tau yx, tau xz is equal to tau yz, and tau zx is equal to tau xz. So that means we have already incorporated the moment equilibrium. Now in order to take the force equilibrium, we are deriving the differential equations of equilibrium. और इन differential equations का physically they are very highly significant, that any state of stress must satisfy the differential equations of equilibrium, right? So let us see how we derive this very quickly. So सबसे पहले the equation of equilibrium must be satisfied at all points throughout the body. So I will repeat this point when we obtain the equation of equilibrium. So now what we do, like we did in the equality of cross shear, we took a three-dimensional body which is subjected to the forces, and we have taken a small element out of this, small cubic element whose dimensions are delta x, delta y, and delta z, which is isolated from the body. Okay, and also we take what are the body forces components per unit volume in x, y, z direction are gamma x, gamma y, gamma z. Body forces means there may be certain weights, okay, weight of the body. There may be any other gravitational force, electromagnetic force, or any other body force. ठीक है, तो हम मान लेते हैं कि कोई ना कोई बॉडी फोर्स है. उस बॉडी फोर्स के जो कंपोनेंट्स हैं वो गामा x, गामा y, गामा z है in x direction, in y direction, in z direction respectively. Okay. So now this is a cubic element which is represented on a conventional Cartesian coordinate system x, y, z. Okay? यहाँ पर हम सबसे पहले लेफ्ट फेस और राइट फेस की बात करते हैं, which are noted as phase 1 and phase 2. Okay, so if we see left face which is equal to phase 1 and right face which is equal to phase 2, we know the state of stress which will be on phase 1 will be sigma x. This will be tau xy, and this will be tau xz. Okay, so the stresses which are coming on to phase 1 are sigma x, tau xz. Same way the stresses which are coming on phase 2, क्योंकि phase 1 जो है वो origin पर lie कर रहा है. Okay, और phase 2 जो है that is at a distance of delta x from here. This distance is delta x. Okay, so we can take up the value according to a differential change, and that differential change we can take it as first order derivative by Taylor series, as we have done in equality of Cauchy. So the stresses on phase 2 are sigma x plus curl sigma x by curl x into delta x, comma tau xy plus curl tau xy by curl x into delta x, comma tau xz plus curl tau xz by curl x into delta x. So these are the three stresses. Obviously the same stresses, but their magnitude is changing because of the gradient, because of there is a gap of delta x between these two surfaces, right? जैसे ही हमें स्ट्रेसेस पता चल गई एक फेस पे, हमें फेस की डायमेंशन रेक्टेंगल की क्यूब की डायमेंशन पता है. So therefore we can get the area of each face, and hence we can get the force on each face. ठीक है? Same way we can evaluate these forces on top and bottom faces. So the bottom face is phase 3, जहां पर force stress आएगी sigma y, tau yz, this is tau yx. So sigma y, tau yx, tau yz, and on phase 4 the gradient of this. Same way on phase 5 the stresses will be sigma z, tau zx, tau zy. As we have seen from beginning, that on each phase there will be one normal stress and two shear stresses. So the same thing we are writing here. So therefore the stresses on all 6 faces are known to us. Once we know the stresses, we can compute the forces, because dimension of each face or each edge is known to us. So let us say that we consider the force equilibrium in x direction. So x direction में कौन-कौन सी forces है? Let us see. Sigma x is the force in the x direction. This is the force in x direction. Okay, so let us see first area because of these two forces. So this is the stress multiplied by area, delta y delta z is the area of the phase 1. ठीक है, phase 1 और phase 2 क्योंकि दोनों opposite faces हैं, दोनों का area equal होगा. So which is given by, let us say phase 1 is this. This is phase 1. So this dimension is delta y. Sorry, delta y, and this dimension is delta z. So the area will be delta y multiplied by delta z. And force, since this is a force, sigma x plus curl sigma x it is in positive x direction, so it is treated positive. The force associated with sigma x is in negative x direction, so it is negative. So sigma x into delta y delta z. Okay. Same way the stress on force phase 3 is tau yx in x direction. Phase 4 is tau yx plus curl tau yx by curl y into delta y. Same way on phase 5 it is tau zx, and on phase 6 it is tau zx plus curl tau zx by curl z into delta z. So we keep on writing these equations multiplied by their corresponding areas. Plus, keep in mind we have assumed the weight, or we have assumed the body force. So body force component in x direction is gamma x, and we have treated, I'll go back, we have treated body force components per unit volume. Okay, इनको per unit volume लिया है हमने. So therefore gamma x into volume, that is delta x, delta y, delta z equal to 0. So once you solve them, you know that you can cancel out this term. You can cancel out this term, and delta x, delta y, delta z will be cancelled. So I hope you can follow me. I can get this curl sigma x by curl x plus curl tau y x by curl y curl tau zx zx or xz, whatever you write now, plus gamma x equal to 0. So this is the equation we get. Now you can see that ये इक्वेशन कहां से आई है? ये इक्वेशन आई है फोर्स इक्विलिब्रियम इन एक्स डायरेक्शन, लेकिन y की फोर्सेस के हमें ये इक्वेशन स्ट्रेसेस में मिल गई, सिग्मा एक्स टो वाई एक्स टो जेड एक्स विच आर नॉन टू अस. ठीक है, वो हमें पता है. ठीक है, बिकॉज वी नो द रेक्टेंगुलर स्टेट ऑफ स्ट्रेस एट ए पॉइंट. सो दैट मीन्स the state of stress must satisfy this equation, because must satisfy the equation which we have just derived. Right? Now this is the one equation which is evaluated considering the force equilibrium in x direction. One can easily consider the equilibrium in y direction or in z direction. Let us see. I'm not repeating the process, only we are writing the process. So sorry, the final equation. So for force equilibrium in x direction is curl sigma x by curl x plus tau xy by curl y plus tau zx by curl z plus gamma x equal to 0. So this is force equilibrium in x direction, force equilibrium in y direction, force equilibrium in z direction. Now it is important to remember these equations. क्यों? क्योंकि ये equilibrium equations हैं which are in differential form, so therefore they are called differential equations of equilibrium. इसका physical significance क्या है? Please listen very carefully. I am repeating the first sentence which we have written. Any state of stress must satisfy the equations of equilibrium in differential form. That is these equations. Then only that state of stress is a actual physical state of stress. Okay? Right? So let us we will take up a numerical on this maybe in next class, but we will discuss a special case of this. Okay? थोड़ा सा मैं numerical के बारे में discuss कर देता हूँ कि क्या करते हैं हम. Let us say that sigma x is given to us. Okay, sigma x is given to us as 2x square yz. Tau xy is given to us as 5xy. Tau xz is also given to us as 2x square z. ठीक है, यानी कि you have the expression for each of them. Then we have to check that the state of stress which is given is physical or not. ये सिर्फ मैथमेटिकल क्वांटिटीज तो नहीं है. अगर ये स्टेट ऑफ स्ट्रेस जो भी दिया हुआ है, ऑब्वियसली बाकी तीन स्ट्रेसेस भी होनी चाहिए. सिग्मा y is equal to 2xyz. Let us say this. Sigma z is equal to xy square, and tau yz is equal to x square. Let us say this. Okay, so if we have to check that, determine whether this state of stress is physical or not, or feasible or not at a point, let us say 2, 1, 3. ठीक है, तो हम क्या करेंगे? सबसे पहले let us say first equation. So curl sigma x by curl x क्या हो जाएगा? Curl sigma x by curl x will be equal to 2x square yz. So it is nothing but 4xyz. Okay, अगर मैं यहाँ पर put करूँ 213, so this value will be coming out to be 224. ठीक है, then curl tau xy by curl y. Now curl tau xy is 5xy, so its derivative will be 5x. So if I plug in this value, it will be 10. Okay, and the third is tau zx by z, and let us say gamma x is also given to us, and tau zx by curl z. Now zx is tau 2x square z, so its derivative will be 2x square. Now x square is 2, so 2x square is nothing but 8, right? Now first equation, that means I get 24 plus 10 plus 8 plus 0. Is this equal to 0? No. So this is equation. This means that equation of equilibrium is not satisfied. अगर इक्वेशन ऑफ इक्विलिब्रियम सेटिस्फाई नहीं होती, उसका मतलब ये है कि जो गिवन स्टेट ऑफ स्ट्रेस है वो एक प्रैक्टिकल वैल्यू नहीं है. These are just mathematical equations. They do not represent the state of stress. Okay, they do not represent the state of stress. They are just mathematical values. They are just mathematical expressions. So if any of, अगर पहली equation satisfy नहीं हुई, we need not go into second and third equation. Okay, in the physical significance of equations of equilibrium is that all differential equations of equilibrium must be satisfied, right? Sorry.
सर ऐसा भी तो हो सकता है कि इसने एक्स डायरेक्शन पे सेटिस्फाई नहीं किया लेकिन बाकी दोनों पे कर रहा है.
कोई बात नहीं, वी विल टेक इट दिस वे कि किसी भी एक डायरेक्शन में अगर सेटिस्फाई ना करे, वी विल मेक इट एज दैट इट इज नॉट सेटिस्फाइड. यानी कि कोई भी स्टेट ऑफ स्ट्रेस तीनों की तीनों, इट इज लाइक इक्विलिब्रियम. हमारा जो हम फोर्स इक्विलिब्रियम लेते हैं वो तीनों डायरेक्शन में सेटिस्फाई करना चाहिए. चाहे किसी भी एक डायरेक्शन में सेटिस्फाई ना करे, वी विल से दैट इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल. ठीक है, सो वी विल टेक अप, इट इज पॉसिबल कि ऐसा हो सकता है कि कोई भी एक्सप्रेशन में लिखूं और वो किसी दो डायरेक्शन में सेटिस्फाई कर जाए और तीसरी डायरेक्शन में ना करे. ओके, सो then we will say that this is not a physical state of stress. These are just the mathematical quantities. Okay, मैं एक बार लास्ट स्लाइड पे आता हूं, then I'll take up quick questions. लास्ट स्लाइड बहुत आसान है. We are deriving this or deducing this for plane. In this, in the plane state of stress for equilibrium conditions, we are deducing this for the state of plane stress. That is, we can take these four equations, these four stresses as 0. Not 4, 3. Sigma z, tau zx, tau yz, and body force in z direction. So this will vanish, this will vanish, and obviously this will vanish, this will vanish, this will vanish, this will vanish. So third equation will vanish, and out of the first two equations, so we will have two equations of equilibrium for a case of plane stress. Okay, so अगर कोई सिंपल केस है जो प्लेन स्ट्रेस में डील हो सकता है, उसमें हम सिर्फ और सिर्फ दो इक्वेशंस को देखेंगे. So next part is, I think we will is differential equation of equilibrium in cylindrical coordinates. Okay, I think we will stop here. Anyone? I think we will stop here. If anyone has any doubts, please ask in the chat or raise hand or just unmute yourself and ask. We have, okay, we are done with time as well. Maybe we can take a couple of questions.